Hello again, trophy hunters. Welcome back to another trophy list review. Today we're looking at Gravity Rush Raven, a self-proclaimed trophy hunter, gravity rush enjoyer, and car enthusiast. So that should give you a good idea of what we're to expect from a list. Now, unfortunately, driving and racing and games like that in the genre, I'm not very familiar with. I grew up in the 90s. I played my fair share of Crash Team Racing and Gran Turismo, Ridge Racer. I bought a lot of those games at launch and really enjoyed them. But since I've gotten older, I haven't really delved into the genre as much as perhaps I used to. So I'm really interested and excited to see what a focused kind of car enthusiast trophy list would look like. And I'm expecting a lot of games that I can appreciate but might not necessarily know. So yeah, we're going to look at alphabetical order, of course, but a few stats first for Gravity Rush Raven. He's got a brilliant 75.97% completion ratio. That's like my personal dream completion ratio. If I could get mid-70s, that'd be great. I think I'm on like 64 at the moment. It's ticking up a bit. And 205 completed games, 2.55 trophies per day, and 179 platinum. So really good going. A nice focused list. And I don't think these are going to be very cherry picked. I'm not expecting much shovelware, but yeah, as always, you can never really tell until you delve into it. And delve into it we will. So yeah, if you enjoy this kind of content, just hit that subscribe button for me. I really appreciate it. It helps me out. It means more people can see these reviews, and if you want your own review in this style, leave your PSN name in the comment and please subscribe. That's the only requirement. I'll get you added to the list, and yes, the list is building up. I've got a couple of shorter trophy lists on the way. I have a little sneak peek, if you will, and then I've got a couple of absolute juggernaut trophy lists. We're talking 500 plus platinums, and there's no way I can do an A to Z individual game review. My last one was 2 hours, which went down really well. The video's done really well, and I'm very happy with it, and you guys seem to love it. But the editing and just the time frame, probably a bit longer than I'm comfortable with. So with trophy lists that have, I don't know, I'm going to say over 200 platinums, I'm thinking of a different format where the focus, the recording, is more on the trophy awards and the stats rather than the A to Z individual game by game where I kind of go over stories. I love talking about games, and I don't mind games that I don't know. I just skim over and go, well, I don't know that. But I still look at the list, I just won't record that, and then the focus on the longer lists will be to do with the trophy awards and the stats. That way, I can look at some mental lists, still look at all their games, and hand out the awards on the same thing. It's just I'm not recording my live reaction to, that A to Z. But this one, 179 plats, happy to do a normal A to Z. So yeah, well, let's crack on. We don't want to keep Gravity Rush Raven waiting, or anyone else. But yeah, good stats so far. 75, pretty much 76% completion and 179 plats. That's amazing already, dude. So good to see that. Okay, so first up, alphabetical order, we're seeing Absolute Drift, and I absolutely do not know what this game is, so we'll just move on. I'll make a note of how many games I don't know. It's going to be like 60% of the list, I bet. Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX. Again, not sure what that is. 3 out of 10, 5 hours, 22% rarity. I need to move my mic, I can't see bloody rarity. There we go, lovely. Oh, and we want to get rid of our trophy awards until later. So of course the awards will be later. Once I find them, they will disappear. Like so. Okay, arcade game series. Dig Dug is next. Something I actually have. Sometimes it's a while before I see a platinum that I own. And I own this. I got it on a bit of a rampage to 100 platinums. This was like in the mid-90s perhaps. And I bought the Pac-Man, Dig Dug and Galaga, and I got them all. I still need to play Galaga actually. It's something I grew up with. I really like that. Dig Dug is kind of like a weird arcade memory for me. I remember just playing it in a random arcade whilst waiting for bowling or something. You know what I mean? Those old kind of UK arcade rooms that will be on these cinema kind of locations and stuff. You don't really get them anymore, especially classic arcades like that. And yeah, it's a good game. Good game. Hard platinum. 4 out of 10. You know, it's 4 out of 10, but it's 5 hours. It's kind of like, it's pretty difficult to be fair. And it's a classic game, so they tend to be harder. Gallagher's something I also want to play, but I just have not loaded that up. I have that. I don't really care about, you know, rushing to any milestone now, so I could easily just load Gallagher up and play it. And then we're seeing Arcade Paradise, so a couple of cool arcade games in a row. 3 out of 10. I think this one was given to PlayStation Plus, right? Just going to bring up the trophy list. Nice icons there. I like them. I'd like to see some more icons, you know, look on the actual trophy list of some games. But yeah, I think this was given to Plus, and it's got loads of classic arcades you can walk around in. Just from the banner there, that's kind of the in-game world, and you walk around and then you focus on the arcade to play it. So that's cool. Another race game, Art of Rally, and Asphalt Legends Unite. So 2 decent racing games. I've not heard Art of Rally. That might be a bit of a simpler, cheaper game from the looks of it. But 27%, and then on the rarer side, Asphalt Legends Unite, nearly a 7% rarity, just below 7%. Very cool. And then of course Astro's Playroom. Not going to say much about that. Everyone should have it. Everyone should play it. It's a brilliant celebration of PlayStation. And quite simply, I wish there were more games like that. Maybe different genres. I want, I said this last time, but I want PlayStation Battle Royale back. A celebration of PlayStation stuff, but in a fighting game. Very cool. Would like that back. And then we've got something I've definitely never heard of. Baja Edge of Control HD. I can't even elaborate or guess on what kind of game this is. I'm going to guess it's a racing game. Finished a career race in first place. Nice. And that's extremely rare. 1.81%. And completely obtainable. There's no unobtainables in this page here, so that's interesting. 9 months, 1 week, so not a particularly easy or short game. It's taking you a while. And 1.81% is impressive. That's your rarest platinum so far from this page. And then from rare to not rare, Batman the Telltale series. I enjoyed the 10 minutes I played this the other day when I was finding some footage, you know. I probably wouldn't play any Telltale game ever again, not even if they released like a free PS5 update. I do want to play Jurassic Park. It's meant to be bad, and it's like an episodic 100%. There's no platinum for it, and it's on the PS3, so it's really early Telltale jank. But I'm a bit of a Jurassic Park binge at the moment because the new movie's coming out, and it looks great. It looks great, and the last one was terrible. And then we've got a couple of nice selections of Battlefield games. Battlefield 1, which is one of my most recent platinums. I really enjoyed going back to it. I've still got it installed because I'm only 66%, and I can see you've got 100% in there, so that's fantastic for completion. 0.86% for having all the DLC. And these are long games. That 30 hours is just for the platinum. Probably double that for the DLC. Now you can boost it. You can, because a lot of them are weapon related. Get a kill with this weapon in the DLC. Get a kill with that weapon in the DLC. But people can drop you the weapon from their hard-earned assignment they've completed, which range from like the mundane to, you know, the fantastical. Get 100 headshots with an LMG and heal 10 people in a round, will unlock the gun, you know, whatever assignment it is. So if people have earned that, have it in their loadout, they can drop you the gun, you can get the kill, and it counts towards the trophy. So I'm considering doing that, but I am enjoying the moment-to-moment gameplay, as with any Battlefield, so that's all I'll say about that. Battlefield 4 is excellent, really good single player, surprisingly good single player actually, and it's more like an actual campaign, you know, with several missions, whereas Battlefield 1 had war stories. It wasn't a campaign, it was like little separate stories that are very short with a couple of levels in each. Very enjoyable still. And Bad Company 2 really is the cream of the crop here, because you've got an old PS3 game, 100%, so again that is 1.07, and god, even Battlefield 4 is 0.64 for its 100%. So you've done exceptionally well getting the 100% here, and because I know Battlefield, I'll spend a bit more time on the series in this part of the review because I know the games. This is extremely impressive. It's not only you're a car enthusiast, you're an absolute completion monster, because this is all these three here. Really impressed by these three, so that's really cool. Okay, you got Balloons Tower Defense 5. I've seen this around, but don't know much about it. I like tower defense, but mostly on whatever random mobile game I might be playing on break at work or whatever. So I haven't played a tower defense for a while. I think I have. I don't know if I have a tower defense platinum. You know, just a genre in general. Maybe not. Maybe not. And then you've got some nice Borderlands, but you're missing. You probably got the best three, to be fair. I'm not sure how the pre-sequel holds up against Borderlands 3, but they're both negatively received, right? So the pre-sequel's not meant to be very good, but I love Borderlands 1 and 2, and this is all on the PS4, so this must be from the collection. And again, mostly 100%, and these have a lot of DLC with a lot of trophies, and you've got 71% in Borderlands 1, which are really easy to get actually. I think I got most of the DLC for that. So maybe consider going back to mop that up sometime. But yeah, Borderlands is very nice. You got a double stack of Burnout Paradise Remastered. I would love to play these. I really enjoyed the original. I just never got the Stadium trophy, which I never ended up looking into last time I mentioned it. I'm not even sure if this list has that trophy or what it was, so I'm going to quickly find out. Stadium, there we go. Awarded for meeting up with 7 other players. Okay, it's not friends then. I always kind of, in my head, I always thought it was meet up with friends, but I guess it needs to be boosted if the servers are not very populated, so that's interesting. Yeah, this one always gave me trouble. I didn't get the platinum in the original because of this one. I was convinced I'd have to boost it, but maybe I was worrying about nothing. Then you've got the first Call of Duty I ever played, and my favourite campaign. I was just thinking, did I play Call of Duty 2 on PC? I probably did. Never mind. But yeah, Modern Warfare is where it all kicked off, right? So wicked campaign, brilliant multiplayer, the amount of awesome team death matches I had, and capture the flag, and just 1v1s, 1v1 with my college friends, and getting annoyed about their loadouts and Matrodom and everything else. It was so deep. I kind of treated it like the abilities like a fighting game, and how I'd learn the maps and stuff. So I really do appreciate Modern Warfare, and the campaign was wonderful. Didn't like how they resold a lot of the maps back to you in this one, because the DLC maps are pretty cool, and I'm pretty sure they sold the maps back one by one, or at least pack by pack again. Carmageddon, and that's a blast from the past for me. This is like the other Twisted Metal. I did play some Carmageddon back on the PS1. It was like my friend had this weird alternative to Twisted Metal that I didn't really get along with, and it just didn't feel as good as Twisted Metal. But I'd love to go back and play this. Yeah, I think this is a bit of an older game, but look at that, ultra rare, 3.05%. That's got me interested. I like Carmageddon. I always remember the bald fella, orange kind of box art with his hands on the steering wheel. Looks like a Fallout Raider, and that was always on the front box. Awesome. Cars 3, Driven to Win. Is this the bloody anime film? The animation? I don't know. Yeah, it is. Look at him, Lightning McQueen, brilliant. You love cars so much, you don't care if it's animation or Gran Turismo. You just love cars. I really love that. That's really funny. Castle Crashers, that came up in the last review. Something I did go and download, but never loaded up to get footage for. So I might load up my. Oh, that's because it's on PS3. That's why mine is on the PS3. You've got the PS4 version. That's a fun game. I want to go back to that. Claire, is this a rare horror game for your list? Yeah, this is like a 2D horror game, right? I guess it's like a 2D like Resident Evil from what I've seen from it, and you got a dog in it. I hope he's okay. That's cool. Don't know too much about it, but yeah, it's rare enough. 3 out of 10 and 11%. Concrete Genie, which also came up before. Oh, alright, I'm going to just skip Concrete Genie because this is insane. This is insane. 10 out of 10 difficulty platinum. 3 hours. So I don't know what makes it so difficult that you can do it in 3 hours, but Counter-Strike Global Offensive, that's an insane platinum. Is this still obtainable? Doesn't say it's not, but yeah, I love Counter Strike, man, and I'm not sure why it's considered 10 out of 10. Yet the rarity is 22%. I'll have to look into this. You certainly got it in a couple of days. Maybe because it's so multiplayer focused. Maybe 10 out of 10 isn't really true, but still, this is a rare game that you don't see on lists. I've not seen this in like friend lists or trophy list reviews or things I've watched. I watch a lot of reviews myself. I'm always trying to get ideas on how to tackle games you don't know, how to move on when you're unsure about the game, and yeah, at the end of the day, I just try and be myself and get on with it. To be fair, but yeah, this is a crazy rare game that I just haven't seen, and I love Counter Strike. I primarily play it on the PC. I've never considered playing the PS3 version, and I forgot it was even on the PS3. So yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I'm impressed with that. I have to find out why it's not very rare though. 22% with 10 out of 10. So I do wonder about the guide. Dangerous driving. It's a driving game that's dangerous, and you got that in 8 months, and it's 11%. So I'll say about that. Daxter. This game confuses me because I've never known a Jak and Daxter game without Daxter. So I think I found out that this was a PSP spin-off. The only thing to note about these games are they're part of the PlayStation catalog, right? You can play them for free if you subscribe. But also, they tend to be easier, all these kind of games, because you have a load, save state, and a rewind feature, which is available in, Killzone Liberation, all the PS1 games, everything. Everything that PlayStation re-released, that's a classic from PS1, PSP, PS2, they have this load, save state, which does not affect the trophies. So any jumping mistake you make, any FPS segment you want to redo, you can just rewind a minute and then get it all done the proper way. You could save every 5 seconds if you wanted to, and it just makes the platinums for these games very easy, but doesn't take away that they're awesome classic games. So that's cool to see. Deer Simulator, my god, that's a lot of E's. I have no idea what that is. Hopefully that's not a driving game. 59, it's probably like Goat Simulator, that's what I'm going to guess with that. And all very impressive. Unobtainable Destruction All-Stars. So you've gone for some very easy car games and some really bloody difficult ones, and then you just go and get an ultra rare that's now unobtainable. I loaded this up myself maybe a few months ago, and I just tried to get the every single player trophy I could get. And to be fair, I got my percentage up a bit, but the percentage I'm at is now the only percentage I'll ever get. Have they finally shut down the servers? Because when I loaded it up, it was quite confusing. The online trophies have been unobtainable since May the 30th, 2024. When the servers died without warning, but the devs are denying there's anything wrong. That's hilarious. Jesus Christ. Sort it out. Just kill it. Just absolutely write it off and try again. Dirt 4, Dirt 5, and Dirt Rally 2.0. A nice quadrilogy of Dirt games there. I played Dirt, and I can't remember when the series started, but I'm familiar with it at least. And they range from the extremely ultra rare 1.62%, 4.87%, with the newest, I'm guessing one of the newest in the entries of the franchise, 17% and 14%. So that's interesting. What does even an ultra rare racing game trophy types contain? Licenses, yeah, that makes sense. Top spots for qualifying, lots of first place stuff. Yeah, this kind of reminds me of, the only thing I can compare this to in my own kind of mind from what I've played is Crash Team Racing. And I wonder if that's gonna... Oh no, you don't have Crash Team Racing. We would have seen it already. Interesting. I want to know what you think of Crash Team Racing, because that's the racing game I've played the most, I'd say, recently, as in, the last 10 years, I suppose. So yeah, that's what a ultra rare racing game looks like. And another ultra rare here, Driver San Francisco. This came up in the other list. I see it in CEX now, my little second-hand electronics store that is in town when I go to the office. And yeah, I keep seeing it. I'm always, oh, that's an ultra rare. I kind of want it, but yeah, it is unobtainable. It'd be very silly of me to buy a game that I know is unobtainable for the purpose of getting the trophy. So it's probably not going to happen. What is it? Another Fox game? There's so many like Fox games that confuse me, where I'm like, oh yeah, this is the Fox game where obviously the parent Fox dies, and it's really sad. But I think I've said it about 4 different Fox games. So yeah, that's what that one is, I'm guessing. And then another Fallout guy. I swear to God, every list has Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. You guys must have all been in the same server and all tried to go on for it at the same time. You got 3 stacks, which is run of the mill for this. 392%, 195, and 661. I see it so often on trophy lists that I'm just wondering whether it truly is 10 out of 10 and rare as it is. I still appreciate the dedication. I guess I'm just getting a bit bored of seeing it in the list. It's kind of like the Astrobot of the 10 out of 10. I want to see some other 10 out of 10s, you know? And I haven't actually... Yeah, Counter-Strike was the other 10 out of 10, but I'm not sure what that is. Difficulties have been really good so far. They're literally mostly in the high oranges. But yeah, I want to see something a bit different to Fall Guys. I don't think I'd give an award to Fall Guys again. First time I saw it on a list, I was like, wow, Fall Guys, that's great. But I'm just seeing it everywhere now. Everywhere. I'm still jealous I don't have it, don't get me wrong. And then you've got Far Cry Classic Edition, something I want to play. This is one of the only Far Cries I've got the platinum for. And it's just really scary. I find the underwater scary, and that an underwater collectible is present in this game is terrifying for me. Yes, you have to go under the ocean and get, I don't know, into secret caves, access to secret passageways to find collectibles, shark-infested waters, all that. You literally have to collect shark statues. I think there's 3 different types of statues, and they indicate where they are, the kind of nature of where they are. So obviously the shark ones are underwater. I will replay it one day, but I don't know, man. Even this is like, I have to leave it 20 years in between platinums to think about getting another Far Cry platinum. Oh god, I've only got one anyway, which is Far Cry 3. Then we've got Fast and Furious Spy Racers: Rise of Shifter, with a 1 in place of the I and a 3 in place of the E. It looks like one of many of a password I might set. No idea what this game is, other than it being a movie tie-in. 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10 even, 3 hours, and 54% rarity. An easier platinum, of course, a movie franchise one, but it fits in with your love for the genre, so I appreciate it for that reason. Gear Club Unlimited 2, another racing game. I never knew there were so many different, racing game franchises. Never heard of Gear Club Unlimited 1. I don't know if there's a Gear Club Unlimited 3, for example, so it's good to see a lot of different games. You've got Goat Simulator, the hardest trophy being the old flappy goat. I really need to get footage of that, but I don't really want to load it up and play it, because part of me thinks I might just sit there and play Goat Simulator for a few hours, even though I've got the main base game platinum. Golf with Your Friends, something I bought, because I was like, that looks fun, and I've never played it. I think I own this on Steam, Switch, and PlayStation, and I haven't played any version. I'm just insane. I see it on offer, I'm like, that's cheap enough. Looks really fun, I like golf, and I just haven't played it. But it's ultra rare. Oh no, apologies. It's almost ultra rare with a 0.59, 100% ultra rare completion. That's nice. Yeah, okay, Gran Turismo. This is where I get a little more knowledgeable, but keep in mind all my Gran Turismo knowledge is literally based on the PS1 era and PS2. So I played what have I played? 1, 2, and 3. I think that's it. And there's 7 now, plus Sport. So these are really impressive. Most of these are going to be ultra rare. So GT6 is nearly ultra rare, but the 100% for DLC is ultra rare, so that's cool. 7, which is 7 out of 10, 90 hours, is 12%. That's nice. And then the same stack on PS5, which you got without auto pop. I don't know if that's available to an option for the Gran Turismo players, but you got this in pretty much the same time. Just you must have played both at the same time, I suppose. I'm not sure. Maybe you load up both versions and got them very close to each other. But yeah, still impressive, man. 8% for the PS5 stack. Now Sport is where it's at. Sport gives you a 0.9% platinum. Wonderful. For many unobtainable trophies, because Sport is pretty much multiplayer focused, is it? I'm not actually sure. 7 are unobtainable. Fair enough. So there's quite a few unobtainables there. Enough to deny anyone the platinum going for it. Gran Turismo Sport is the one I nearly bought and picked up and thought, I want to play a Gran Turismo game. I haven't quite made that jump for any other racing game yet. And of course I missed out on it and I didn't buy it, I didn't play it, but I almost did. I was like, yeah, I could play a Gran Turismo game. I do like racing games. It's just a genre I haven't tried to get into again. I've been very idle with what I grew up with and what I enjoyed when I was younger, which was playing these kind of games with my brothers and my friends. We would love Gran Turismo. So yeah, seeing that makes me happy. Nostalgic. Gran Turismo is very nostalgic to me. That's the feeling I get. Along with Ridge Racer and by proxy Rage Racer, which I always remember you can edit your own emblem. I spent so much time editing my Rage Racer emblem and putting it on my car, and then just seeing it on the car made me really happy. That's what I like doing. Random memory for you there. So then we've got quite a few Grand Theft Autos. Wow, you really like Grand Theft Auto. And of course, GTA is kind of car focused, right? It's in the name. It's kind of in the name. It's always been car focused. So I'm not surprised you like these games. So you got GTA 3, 4, 5, 3 stacks of 5, San Andreas twice, Vice City twice. Sorry, Vice City 3 times. One of those is going to be a PS2 re-release. One and the other 2 are going to be the collection. And that's a crazy amount of GTA Platinum. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 Grand Theft Auto Platinum. It's very nice. And nearly every single one is ultra rare. Only GTA 3 at 18.5%. A couple of the others. Yeah, okay. Half of them are ultra rare. The rarest being GTA 5, these 3. And look at this. The only auto pop here is the PS5 version. I can't believe this game has been re-released every 6 or 7 years. PS3 original release, PS4 re-release, PS5 re-release. So the auto pop is from PS4 to PS5. And the rarest is on PS4 anyway, so that's cool. I know, of course, the rarest is only on the old PS3. Two unobtainable trophies. That is very impressive. 1.59%, nearly 100%. So I'm guessing maybe they're the ones you didn't get. But yeah, this makes me want to play GTA, but the time commitment here is insane. 150 hours, 70 hours. Didn't realise GTA 3 was quite so short, 25 hours. Maybe I should start with that one. I remember going to Sainsbury's whenever this bloody came out, I was definitely under 18. And they were just like, there you go, my little mucker, you can have GTA 3. And I was like, yeah, thanks. Just took it home and was like running people over, murdering them with a baseball bat. Really funny how lenient everything was back then. Yeah, some good GTA. Again, a very nostalgic series to me. Then we've got Gravel. I'm guessing that's a racing game, but again, not really sure on that one. 3 out of 10, 35%. Gravity Rush, your namesake. Of course, you've got all 3 of the platinums there. Remastered 2 and 1. I want to play it, but I want to know if it's quite nauseating. Would I struggle with it? I don't really get motion sickness in games or anything. Not in the first person. Not in... The only game that's made me feel sick might be... There's a certain level, Hell Let Loose, and I don't know what it is about it. It's a World War II shooter I love. It's one of my best videos, and it did really well. Kind of kept me going. But yeah, there's one map that just makes me feel really ill, and I don't know why. It's the only game where moving through the game on that specific map makes me feel really sick. So sometimes I get worried about stuff like that. Gravity Rush is a lot of, topsy-turvy, up and down. So I need to look into more whether the actual gameplay I get along with. But I love the character designs. That's what I really like about it. Not necessarily ultra rare, but they're rare enough. 13%, 14, and 23. So they're really cool. You got some grids. A trilogy of grid platinums. Wow, 6.4%. An ultra rare 3.26% for the sequel, Grid 2. And Grid Legends 9.9. Impressive. I love how you have so many sequels to these driving games. You like the whole series. It's going to make for a really interesting franchise fanatic, isn't it? Horizon Chase 2. another racer which I'm unfamiliar with, a little PS5 one, but another sequel as well. So I've never heard of the original Horizon Chase Zero. Oh, okay, Turbo even. All right, this is the same series. Maybe that's the first one. That's a lot rarer. 6.56. Hot Wheels. There we go. These are pretty rare. And I made a joke like, imagine a 10-year-old kid with this ultra rare platinum, and he has no idea. He just loves Hot Wheels. So you've got both of them. Hot Shot Racing, another ultra rare, but I have not heard of that one. And then a couple games that I do know: Jak 3, Jak 2, and Jak X Combat Racing. Wow, that really does align your love of kind of more classic arcade games with a platformer and a racing. That's funny. And there's Jet Moto, which means your love of racing is not reserved just for driving on the road. You like jet skis and water racing as well. Kanjo Zuko, no idea what this is. 45%. One of your... Now this is rare for you. It's not a rare platinum. It's rare for you because it's an easier platinum. So that's a good thing to say in a trophy list review when I notice that, oh, that's a bit of an easier game. It's unlike your list. There's 2 hours, 20 minutes and 45%. And then we're seeing Lego 2K Drive, a Lego racing game, 3.37. I'm seeing so many ultra rare racing games that I had no idea existed. So this is really cool to see. Life is Strange, Before the Storm, True Colors, and the original. Oh no, sorry, the PS4 one. Yeah, sorry, the PS4 one is the original, isn't it? It's the PS5 re-release. That's not. Yeah, great games. I have watched my partner play most of these. I don't think I saw much of Before the Storm, but I know that's a prequel. They feel like little TV show characters that I really got along with, the characters in this. I should play them. I would like this kind of game on my list myself, rather than being like, oh, I've watched them, I don't need to play these. Yeah, I need to play them. I need to get the platinum. I'm a trophy hunter. I need to live up to my namesake and play some games, That's what I need to do. I just need to play some games. You got Lost Wing, which is a flying game, and that's definitely an easier, but it kind of, you like aviation, you like driving, racing on the water, on the road. This is kind of falls in line with your likes and tastes, I think, so that's nice to see. And Mafia, so anything GTA like, I imagine you could get along with a lot. I don't know if there's such a car focus on Mafia. I've never played it, so I've only really seen trophies. We have a few of them on PlayStation Plus, I'm sure. Could probably get into the series. Now, Maneater, completely unrelated to anything else on your list, really. But what a game, massive shark. But you'd think I would not be scared of an underwater game if I was the shark. But there's some levels in this, it might be maybe the second to last level, and the water goes so deep. It's just scary. I don't care that I'm a shark. I think, and this game made me realise I don't fear sharks. I fear deep water. The water that I can't see when it's so dark, you don't know what's there. That's what I'm scared of. And there's something bigger than a shark in this game. Whenever you're a big scary monster, there'll be a more bigger scary monster elsewhere. You can quote me on that. Mode 47 2025 quote of the year. But I really enjoyed Maneater, and there's DLC for it. It's an easy game. It felt like a Ubisoft game I wanted to play. It's not Ubisoft at all. I think it's Tripwire. But it was like going around the map, unlocking points of interest and doing little side quests, but really just eating people. It's great. It really is funny. So I really enjoyed Maneater. Guardians of the Galaxy, which people tell me I should stop saying is like a AliExpress or Temu knockoff of other Marvel stuff. It's meant to be very good. And I want to play it. I do want to play it. I don't think I've got any Marvel Platinum, other than Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite Fight Game Platinum. In Minecraft, something I started, I regretted starting. I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to build stuff, and Minecraft was like the, hey, do you want to build stuff for game? I'm not opposed to it. It's just I don't know. I don't really get along with it. I would go back to it to get the platinum. I think I'm only like 5%. I need to raise my ratio by playing this game. Mini Motor Racing X, another lovely racing game. And then you got Wait a Hot Minute, 47%. I've heard of this. Easier platinum. Definitely not shovelware. I haven't seen any shovelware yet. I've not seen shovelware for a while, actually, on a couple of lists. Iron Mayo My name is Mayo notwithstanding, which all I can see is actually popping up. That surprises me to see that, but we'll get to it when we get to it. MLB The Show. So you've got a couple of sports games. It kind of goes hand in hand with your racing. Baseball game. Probably something I would never consider playing, but I would be super interested in seeing what the mechanics, the game mechanics in a baseball game are like now. Last time I played a baseball game would have been on, I don't know, the SNES or something. It would have been way back when. Literal retro gaming. Monster Energy Supercross. I love Monster, so I don't know if that means I would love this game. It'll probably just make me thirsty. Try not to drink more than one a day. Really bad if I drink more than one a day. But yeah, I appreciate that's a cool, it's a bike racing game, right? Or is it quad bikes? I'm not really sure. But it looks cool, looks fun. You got another racing game, Moto Racer, MotoGP, and MX. So actually these, I'm not sure if these are from the same series. I don't think they are. But ultra rare, 1.56 with the Moto Racer 4. That's very nice. And then we've got a couple of MX versus ATV. I do like a game that pits different vehicles against each other. Do you have MotorStorm, or we just not got to it yet? What do you think of MotorStorm? That's what I want to know, really, because that's another racing game I've played a lot of. It's one of the first ones I bought for the PS3. I did not get one platinum in the series. No, actually, tell a lie, I do. There's one on the Vita with a double stack that's more like Micro Machines. I can't remember what it's called though. I have to bring that up or look for it. But I really like that game, and I like the other MotorStorm. So yeah, why not go for MotorStorm? I don't think any of them are obtainable now that I think about it, but you might have missed out on them. Maybe you don't like that kind of racing game. But that makes me think, what kinds of different racing games are there? I know arcade and like sim. Realistic sim or arcade, and maybe there's some in-betweens. Yeah, you'll have to educate me on the different types of racing game there are. And then of course we have the cream of the crop, the best games you're going to find on the list. 4 I Am Mayo games. 96%, 96%, 96%, 94%. 1, 1, 2 and 3. So what are we saying here? We've got 2017, and then you've got another one in 2021. You got the sequel in 2020, and My Name is Mayo 3. I think it's time for another I Am Mayo Platinum, to be honest. There's the remaster. Is there a fourth one? It surprises me they don't release like one every 5 minutes. Maybe they do actually, ironically, spend a huge amount of time on the art. Oh man, these are some pretty bad icons, to be fair. I've never looked at the I Am Mayo trophy icons, so this is news to me. I'm learning. I mean, yeah, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. I've gotten a bit more lenient on My Name, mate. I've seen them so much, I'm a bit desensitized to them. And in my mind, I consider them like a premium shovelware game. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's like the poster boy of a shovelware game. And to be fair, there's a lot more effort in these than there are in, I don't know, what's that baseball gaming, the Christian shovelware that was like absolutely played in that other list. Zippy the Circle, games like that, that's shovelware. I don't know if I can classify this. It's like, yeah, premium shovelware. Premium. Lovely. Well, we'll get back to them later, I'm sure. And then we're seeing some Need for Speed. Cool, another franchise fanatic contender. Need for Speed. Then you got Heat, Hot Pursuit Remastered. I hear that's very popular. Payback, Unbound, the original Hot Pursuit, Most Wanted twice, Vita and PS3. Love to see a Vita game. Rivals twice on PS3 and PS4. Lovely. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Need for Speed Platinums. Lovely. This is what a truly focused hobby platinum trophy list looks like. This guy is a car enthusiast. He says it in his profile banner. You can see at the top there, and his trophy list proves that. I wonder what I could self-proclaim myself as and be like, yeah, I love Metroidvania, and then all my platinums are like, a lot of them are Metroidvania. I'd say, it's still got quite a lot of variety for someone who loves the driving game, but I've never seen a trophy list with so many driving games, so this is really cool. But the one thing I will say is the driving games I know the most, which is Crash Team Racing and MotorStorm, are nowhere to be seen on this list. I am interested What put you off those racing games? That's what I say. But yeah, these are some wicked platinums, man. These Need for Speed ones. Most of them are nearly ultra rare. 6%, 7%, 5.5. That one's so close. Yet you do have 100% in this one, which is 0.56% in the PS3 most wanted. So that's really cool. And then we're seeing, moving on for Need for Speed, really good franchise there. We've got Nier Automata. Something I should play, and I think I've said last time this popped up, I played Dragon Guard. And that's my own experience with Nier. Other than my friend really liking the game, and I talk to them about that sometimes, and how I should play them. And everyone's like, yeah, you should play these. So yeah, we'll move on because I do want it. Onrush. Didn't this come on before? Let's see what type of game I think it could be based on the old icons. All got some info here. Single player, multiplayer, cooperative, and it's a racing game. Oh, yeah, of course it is. I can see from the icons. Cool. Okay, racing game, another one. And it's nearly ultra rare, 6.45%. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Peggle 2. So you kind of like, I've noticed there's a sprinkling of arcade games here. And look, you got some pinball, just to reinforce my point. Racing games and arcade games. It's a good mix. It's a really cool mix, to be fair. With some, GTA thrown in. So yeah, you got Peggle 2, which is rarer than I thought. 12.68, and DLC for Peggle. Surprised. Pinball Heroes, easier games, but again, that kind of fits into your I also enjoy arcade games aesthetic. And then you got Placid Classic Duck Simulator. What in the world is this? Oh my god, the icons are so cute. Look at this guy. I haven't done this yet, but we need to check out this icon. Oh my god. He is so cool. This must be one of the greatest games I've seen to do solely based on the trophy icons, which I have done a video on, my favourite trophy icons, so I appreciate a good trophy icon, I do, I really do. Well, he's just going to stay there. Wonderful. Based on the icons, I love it. I love the game, that's great. Power Wash Simulator. Now, can you wash cars in this game? Is your love for cars not limited to only racing them and driving around in like open world games? Do you like to wash them? I'm pretty sure you can wash cars in Power Wash Simulator. There is a hell of a lot of DLC in this game, my word. Look, 56% for the platinum. That's like some Final Fantasy 15 stuff right there. Interesting, very interesting. Moving on, Project Cars 2, 3, and that's it. Unobtainable, 19%. Weird, that's strange to me. So the unobtainable one is 19%, 19.91, so nearly 20. Yet the non-unobtainable one, which is also 3 out of 10, is 3.18%. You've got a nice ultra rare there. I like to see the differences between trophy lists, between games even, that don't make much sense with their stats. Kind of find that interesting. You got Pursuit Force. I thought this was a hamster game, you know what I mean? Another animated movie hamster game. Which is G-Force, is it? I can't remember. Oh my god, that's literally like a 2000s kids film. I have no idea what this is, if you can't tell already. No idea. So we'll go on to Rallycross, which is a PS1 game, I think. This has a save state. I would play this. I love PS1 graphics. I love PS1 graphics. They make me feel so nostalgic. And it doesn't matter if it's a racing game. It doesn't matter if it's a genre I don't really get along with. I just love these older style graphics that I grew up with. That's my nostalgia. I love to see it, and I love to play these jankier games. So yeah, this reminds me that I want to load this up and play it. I think I downloaded it once thinking it was something else, but yeah, I want to play this one. This will be my I want to play this off your list kind of thing. Rallycross. Then Ratchet and Clank, and you've played pretty much the two that I've said I want to play. Someone told me in my last list that this one is one of the best ones, and this one is also one of the best ones. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to play some Ratchet Clanks. They'll be on my list. They'll be good R's. And we'll go from that. Look at that. Both have 47 trophies. So, Mode 47 trophies. That's my name. I need to play these games. So yeah, I'm glad you got these for reminding me. And you got Size Matters as well. I think that's a PSP one. So again, that will have the time rewind. Redout. Gonna be a racing game. Ultra rare, of course. 3.09%. Oh wow, this is like Wipeout. Okay. I wonder if you have Wipeout, man. I'm gonna lose my mind because I know how ultra rare that is, and I love Wipeout. That's cool. I don't know this game. 3.9%. I need to 3.09 even. I need to look into this. This is something I could be very interested in to play. Love Wipeout. One of the best soundtracks, and it's just so good. Retro Pixel Racers, 66%. So this is almost a shovelware because it's a racing game. It fits under your motive of, God, I love racing games. So yeah, I love to see it. I love that you play so many different kinds of racing game, animated films and almost shovelwares for them, premium AAA sequels, games I've never heard of. It's great. It's just racing game heaven. It's wonderful to see. I hope there are some racing game fans in the viewership who can appreciate how cool this list is, because obviously I'm appreciating it from a standpoint that the variety of how many racing games there are and the rarity of them, but hopefully there's people out there who recognize a lot of these games and think, oh yeah, Retro Pixel Racers is sick, and Redout, I bet that's a wicked game. I just know that's a wicked game, and I know nothing about it. Road Bustle, that looks interesting. 1 out of 10, another easier game. 97%. That's less rare than I Am Mayo somehow. Rocket League, yeah, we share a game here. I love Rocket League. 100% though, really cool. I bet you're wicked at Rocket League as well. I am terrible. I just kind of floated my way through the platinum. I'm a third wheel in the teams of 3v3. I'm the one who's just not very good. I wish I had better depth perception. I struggle to fly in the game and run about, but there's no denying how fun it is. I pulled off the greatest goal in my history of gaming. I think I'm gonna have to bring that up. It's a really old video. It's one of my first clips I made, just spinning on my back. I'll find that. And then this fits into your love for Grand Theft Auto. You've got Saints Row the Third. I've not played any of them. I probably have to start Grand Theft Auto before I go into Saints Row, is all I say about that. And again, I've got a few on Plus. Wouldn't know where to start though. Remakes and sequels and all that. You've got Mr. Sebastian Loeb Rally Evo. That's a lot of words, but 14% platinum makes it wonderful to see. Sega Mega Drive and Genesis Classics. I think there's a racing game in there. I can't remember. But yeah, this fits into your arcade game love, and I'm the same. You and me are the same here. We love arcade games. I wonder if you've played... You didn't play Resogun, so maybe not every kind of arcade game. You know, Housemarque are like the king of modern arcade-feeling games, I feel like. No matter what genre they do. Like, just look at Returnal. Returnal doesn't look like an arcade game. The vibe of it is, you know, more something like Metroid or Aliens, but it feels like an arcade game. They're just masters at their craft. Completely gone off a tangent, but yeah, you like classic arcade games. Maybe try some Housemarque games because I like the way they feel as well. I have this. I need to play it on PS4. No idea what games are in it, but obviously I'll look forward to Sonic and Altered Beast and things like that. Maybe Comic Zone. All good Sega games. Shakedown Hawaii, 36%. Not heard of this one. Short platinum though, 1 day, 20 hours. He had a good day then. Slipstream, another. And these rarities are quite fair, you know, 30%. It's not bad. Not bad at all. 3 out of 10s. Little quick game. Wonder what the icons are like on this one. Oh, they're cute, man. I like that. Look at this guy. Nice. I'm kind of curious what the game looks like when I see an icon I enjoy. So that's nice. And then we've got Slide, 1 out of 10, 97%. All right, you got your fair sprinkling of much easier 90% games. Maybe a few more than the last list, but yeah, that's not a deficit to anything. It's just, you know, let's get a platinum quick. And in between platinum, perhaps, between your harder ones. Split Second. I heard this game is absolutely brilliant. I know some people who really speak highly of this. Like, it's just like a super arcadey, chaotic game. Let me know what this one is like, anyone who's played it, because I feel like out of most of your racing games, I think I enjoy that Wipeout one, Redout, and Split Second I've heard is very good, so I want to try this. Another one I want to try. SpongeBob, he always turns up every now and again. Oh, look, you love SpongeBob. Cosmo Shake and Bikini Bottom. Love to see it. They're rare enough. 20%, 28%. That's cool. Stray, again, my partner loves this game until the cat gets hurt, and then we stop playing it. But I watch more behind the scenes documentaries than I do actually play the game, because I love cats in motion capture suits, and they don't care. They love it. They're batting their toys. They've got loads of little tennis ball dots on them. You know, they don't care. They're just having a good time. He's so cute. Oh no, it's always happens again. Stray, happy feelings talking about cat, and then it's Subnautica. There's got to be a game in between Stray and Subnautica. Someone needs a Street Fighter. Someone needs a Street Fighter here or anything like that. Subnautica, man. Failed it twice. It just reminds me how I loaded up 2 versions of a game that I'm scared of and I can't go back to them. I need to go back to them. It's just so you don't understand how scary they are for me, honestly. Super Street. Subnautica was a very good platinum. Well done. Well done. Moving on. I'm terrified. Super Street EU. 2 out of 10. 24%. Is this a racing game? I think that's a car. Career races. How many times do we see that? Just close some of these icons. Too many tabs. Busy mind. Right. Cool. Yeah, nice. 24%. That's good rarity. 8 months. Took you a while. Oh, I have this as well. Something else we share. Don't remember this being 6 out of 10 though. Tabletop Racing World Tour. I appreciate the World Tour segment. It's kind of like a Twisted Metal reference almost. But yeah, 7%. And I don't have the DLC for this. Maybe I should. 0.69. Nice. Then you have one of the best Tales from Borderlands. One of the best Telltale games. Really funny. This is so good. Love it. It's pretty much said the same on the last review. So I'll move on to Team Sonic Racing. Very impressive. I've played this for a few hours. I think I've got 70% on the Vita. I played this a lot on the Vita. I'm not missing too many trophies, but it makes the multiplayer stuff really difficult. Great game. So yeah, we share a love for kart races. Perhaps I like Crash Team Racing, Team Sonic Racing, stuff like that, and you like every other racing game under the sun, like The Crew, which is great. Damn, 0.92% and 2.32%. This has won. I think this won time commitment. Or no, maybe this even won the Crown Jewel in one of my other awards. I think it did. 140 hours. It won one. It won one of them. 140 hours and 8 out of 10. 0.92%. I feel like this is like a poster boy for an ultra rare racing platinum that is also unobtainable. So yeah, I appreciate how rare that is. And then the Crew 2 as well. Lovely. Very nice. The Order 1866. Brilliant game. Keep saying. I see this a lot on the list as well because it's nice to see because it's an easy game. It looks beautiful. It's got the element of they should have given it another chance. So it's really like appreciated more over the years. I feel sorry for anyone who bought it at release for 60 quid or however much games were back then because you can play this game. Imagine if you're not a trophy hunter and you play the Order 1886. I wonder what the average trophy earning is. 55% average completion, so you can see it right there. It's not a rare platinum, it's an easy game, but it's just cool, man. I just like it. I like the characters. And he even shows up in the main character for this shows up in PlayStation All-Stars as well, which is really cool. You know, it felt like they had bigger plans for this game than what actually happened. And then we have the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Now this has a really interesting trophy that I've pointed out before, but you have to wait 10 years to get it. Where is it? Complete the game. Loads of strange trophies in this. Maybe it's not. Oh, there it is. Yeah, right there. Super go outside. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 10 years. Part of me wants to get this legitly, and I just want to have a little recording of me like this, opening up the Stanley Parable and getting this trophy. It's amazing, really. Obviously, people get it by manipulating the time on your computer, but it's just an interesting trophy. This game is full of interesting trophies, to be honest. So that's cool. But it's meant to be really funny and a brilliant game, you know, in that regard. And you got this twice, so imagine if you did this, you know, not back to back. 20 years of your trophy hunting life means you get these 2 platinums. That's really funny. Nice. Another game we share in common, our series, Rainbow Six. I love Rainbow Six. I play the hell out of this. We used to play this every night for about 3 years. I am a disgusting Blitz main and Clash main, so I literally hide behind a shield. But I like the unique challenge that brings in an FPS. Because obviously you've got a shield, you can be shot in the foot, you can be flanked. You need really good awareness to play shield, I feel like. You need to be aware of the map, aware of who's aiming at you, aware of your flank, your teammates. There's so much to be aware of. Whereas when you're a normal operator and you've got a gun or whatever as your main weapon, you're relying on your pure adrenaline skill, map knowledge and game awareness, of course. And Siege is a bit of a slower tactical shooter anyway, so you have that aspect of it. I just love the unique playstyle that a shield user brings. And I'm not sure if that translates to Extraction. This is like a weird experiment game they tried. I think this was born off an event, like a seasonal event that got popular, maybe? I don't know, you're fighting black goo monsters or something. Interesting, but ultimately I think it was a failure. But yeah, 6.14%. And these are difficult games as well. The actual Rainbow Six is 6 out of 10. Purely multiplayer and very long. And that is the quickest auto pop I've ever seen. Platinum in 0 seconds. Bam. Yeah, that's Ubisoft servers for you probably. And then we have Tomb Raider. I got this year, this Platinum. I went back and farmed the multiplayer pretty much on my own. And I would play the normal multiplayer to level up. It is really good. But the return you get for the XP return for playing the game normally is just minimal. It will take years, even more years than I got to get the Platinum. So yeah, I can tell you spent a lot of horribly lonely, self-boosting days just carrying the game mode. Just like you carry a briefcase or medical supplies and you throw it. So it took me ages, it took me so long. But I really like the single player aspect of this game as well. The collectibles, the environment, the island. The island is almost as big a character as the other characters. So I have a soft spot for this reimagining of Tomb Raider. It's very cool. I need to play the second and third in the series. They're meant to be even better. Trackmania Turbo. I don't know if I have this. I honestly don't know, so I'm going to move on. But Jesus Christ, 9 out of 10. Is this the game where you can make your own community tracks? Yeah, this is like a really cool arcade racing game. That's nice. What's the rarest trophy? Rarity. Other than the Platinum. Get a gold medal on every track of the solo campaign. Yeah, that sounds hard as hell, man. So a lot of respect for that one. 0.79%. That might be your rarest Platinum so far. I can't remember what the crew was. 0.9? Yeah, I think this might be your rarest. That's cool. Then you've got a lovely, very neat looking Uncharted trilogy of the remastered variety. Drake's Fortune, Among Thieves and Drake's Deception. My Uncharted trophies look like crap. They're not 100% like this. They're all over the place. I've got a Platinum or two in some of them. Others are just ignored. I need to tidy that up. And I love Uncharted. I love how Tomb Raider inspired Uncharted, and then Uncharted inspired Tomb Raider, and it kind of just goes full circle. But yeah, they're both really good classic games. Goose Game, nothing like the racing games you enjoy, but a hilarious game. Really cool. I've got it on, I think it's on Plus now, but I've got it on the Switch as well. Just honking, being a menace, being a goose. What a game. Love it. Unturned, not sure what that is. Those trophy icons to me look like a racing game. No, it's a zombie game. I should have guessed that from the name, to be fair. That's on me. That's on me. That might be your only zombie game. 1.17%. I've seen no Resident Evil, no Dead Island, nothing like that. It's just like your only zombie game, which is literally ultra rare. Very impressive, if not the choice a bit strange. V-Rock, a music game, I'm guessing? V-Rock, no idea. Yeah, it is. Yeah, guitar, cool. Nice, so you like music as well, that's nice. 58%. I don't know why I thought that would be super rare, but it's a VR game. Is it VR only, or is it that you can play it in both? It's so rare to see VR on Trophy List. It's like a whole different atmosphere of gaming there. And the only thing I'll say about VR, whether you played this in VR or not, is I get along with it. I can probably play VR for about an hour without getting ill. But there's an Aliens game in VR, and I've multiple times, very nearly dipped into the VR2 just to get this Aliens Rogue Incursion. I don't know how, I love Aliens so much, and I find them super scary. I'm not scared to look at them, but like the atmosphere of the games is what grips me. And I don't know if it'd be bad for my health to play an Aliens game in VR. I'm kind of concerned. I might literally have to play it on the easiest difficulty because, you know, the fear of dying. But if an Alien do no damage to me, then fair enough. So that's all I say about VR. I think that was the first VR game we've seen on any trophy list review. But again, I'm not sure if it's optional or just mandatory for VR. So that's interesting. We Were Here, maybe that's another another zombie game, but 39%, 2 out of 10. Bit of an easier, shorter one. Edith Finch, that comes up every now and again. The PS4 does not have platinum. They did a re-release and did a platinum for the PS5. That's why it's only got 12 trophies. That's normally a trophy list associated with 100% rather than a platinum. Sometimes you do get trophy lists with only 10, 11, 12 trophies for a platinum. Wild Tracks Racing, 60%. God, I can't read. PS5 game, 28 minutes. So you just needed to quell your thirst for a racing game. Not even for a platinum. You're like, I need to play another racing game. And you saw this at the top of the store. And you're like, yes, that's for me. And then you've got a random FPS. Do you have any other FPSs on your list? Call of Duty, maybe? I'm not sure. Interesting. It's so cool and refreshing to see a list that the majority of the games are literally driving games. It's really cool. Like, I love the dedication to your passion for the genre you really like. So yeah, Wolfenstein's wicked. If you're going to play an FPS, yeah, Wolfenstein would be up there for me. I love the New Order. I also like the Old Blood, which is the more of a bite-size but just as difficult version of it. And the juggernaut that is Wolfenstein 2, that one day I will tackle, and I will get that platinum, and I will make Platinum Vault proud. I'm going to make Score proud, because he is the Mr. Wolfenstein 2 man. Please go check him out. Please go check him out. He's wonderful. Lovely. Then you've got WRC. I don't know what that stands for. I'm going to guess World Racing Championship, something like that. But what dedication this is. Looks like you've nearly got all 10 entries in the series. You're missing... What was WRC 2 and 1 on? Are they PS2 games perhaps? Or are you unfortunately missing a couple from the PS3 era? I'd love to see some Vita games. I really like the idea of playing a racing game on the Vita. I think that's where I spent most of my time not Crash Team Racing, Sonic Team Racing I played on the Vita mostly. So yeah, I like a racing game on the Vita when I do play them. So yeah, what dedication. I love to see this massive series here. I hope you enjoy them. Just as much as some of the other games that you have a lot of platinums in for the series, they are Need for Speed and all that. And there's also WRC Generations. Cool. So that's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A clean 10 platinums and another series. Very cool. And look at that. Pretty much like that. Nearly an hour on the dot. We're at the end of the list. And we have Wrecked Revenge Revisited. Not sure what this is, but it's a quicker game. Wreckfest, which has come up a few times, and I always forget. I always think this is an MMO, but I think I'm wrong. I always get it wrong. It is quite rare, 12%, 10%, and I think it's like Destruction Derby, which I love. Another racing game that this list has reminded me of. I used to play the hell out of Destruction Derby. Bring up a clip of Destruction Derby post-editing mode. Let us see the PS1 wonderfulness of this old game. I could talk about this game for hours. It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, this is what I think Wreckfest is like. So correct me if I'm wrong. And then Xenon Racer and Xenon Valkyrie. Wow, is this an RPG? And then suddenly they did a racing game of it as well. I'll have to look into that. Xenon Valkyrie Plus, 6 out of 10, 20%. And then Xenon Racer. So funny. It reminds me of like the Uncharted Racer that everyone wants them to do. Naughty Dog. And then you got 13, the PS5 version. Now this version sucks, right? I'm pretty sure this came out on... I'm not sure if this came out on the PS2 or the PS3, but it has a wicked art style. And this remaster just butchered it, so that's interesting. Oh my god, and we're finishing so strong with Zippy the Circle, level 1 and level 2. This 22nd of October, 25th October 21, 12-minute platinum. This is the cream of the crop of your shovelware. Yeah, see, when I talk about shovelware, I've got Iron May on one hand, and I've got Zippy the Bloody Circle on the other. It really puts in perspective how much I don't mind I Am Mayo compared to these other games like this. What a game that is. We'll have to get some footage of Zippy the Circle. Wow, cool list, and a lot shorter than my previous one, but not that many shorter platinums. It just goes to show that the variety of the last list I had meant I had to talk about each individual game for a little while, whereas this list has a lot of games where we've got 9 or 10 platinums in a single franchise on a single page there. All those WRC, all the Need for Speed. So yeah, a lot to think about as always, but I'm gonna cut to the awards next, and then we'll give out the prestigious Mode 47 Trophy Awards, and I hope to see you there, and hope you enjoyed the list so far. Right, let's cut to it. See you in a minute. Bye. Welcome back, Trophy Hunters. Time for the awards for Gravity Rush Raven, where I cycle through these awards to give to certain platinums and games throughout Gravity Rush Raven's list for different reasons, which I'll explain along the way. We always start with No Plat No Problem, which looks at all of his 100%, which are games without a platinum. So, quite a few here. We're starting with Abzu, that's lovely. Double Dragon, very nice. A couple of Capcom arcade stadiums, which are super rare there. There's a 0.54% completion. And then a couple of racing games. QT's Hacked, that's a contender for Trophy of Regret if I ever saw one, but that is not a platinum, so maybe it won't be counted. Daytona, I think I have that one as well. Doom 64, very cool, that's a wicked game. And Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, like to see that. Firewatch, Fruit Ninja. Garfield Kart, another racer of course. And then Hawken, which is super rare actually, I remember that on PS4. Yeah, you got some good stuff here. I don't know what my favourite is. I think I'm going to have to give it to Doom 64 this time. It's a really short game, especially if just getting the trophies. I believe you can skip to the end of each level just to pop the level completion stuff. But it's such a unique Doom game that anyone who likes Doom and has played quite a few of them, when you load this up, it instantly looks and feels a little different. There's a big development story behind it between Nintendo and id Software, waiting for the PlayStation, some really interesting stuff that I'd recommend anyone who likes that kind of thing to look into it. But it's a very unique looking Doom with its own lighting, new models, new weapons, just a really cool game overall. So yeah, No Plat No Problem goes to Doom 64. Franchise Fanatic is next, where I like to give an award to the franchise that you've sometimes got the most platinums in, or what I feel might be your favourite. And I thought I was spoiled for choice. You know, you've got 10 or 11 Grand Theft Auto platinums. You have several Gran Turismo, another 10 Need for Speed, and another 10 or 11 for World Rally Championship, the WRC games. But then it kind of hit me in the face. I was just thinking of your namesake, and of course, it has to go to Gravity Rush, right? I mean, did you really think I was going to give it to anything else? So yeah, Franchise Fanatic goes to your namesake, the Gravity Rush series. Time Committed is next, which is quite simply the game that has taken you the longest. Sometimes I like to sort by the guide time first of all, but also I like to consider the number of years it took. I think for this one, I'll likely just go for the guide time, and you can see already at the top of the page, we're hitting 60 hours, 90 hours, 70 hours quite easily. When you get to the harder platinums, they go up and up and up. Grand Theft Auto 5 is always up there, 150 hours for 3 times. Obviously one was a auto pop, but still very impressive. And then you got Rainbow Six Siege, which I know from personal experience takes a while. But right at the bottom there, it's got to go to Gran Turismo Sport. And I'm glad that Gran Turismo gets a little bit of representation, and it really suits your very racing game focused platinum list. So I want to know if it took you 250 hours. Is that an accurate kind of estimate? I believe you got to get to level 50. There's a leveling trophy, and that's quite the norm for a game that takes a while. Whenever a game is grindy, it's usually you've got to achieve some kind of level, right? So yeah, looks like it took you the longest. time committed goes to Gran Turismo Sport. Time for the Trophy of Regret, the award I give to a platinum that I like to highlight because I think and assume that you might regret it. More often than not, people don't regret it. The last time I gave it to My Name is Mayo 2, and the fella said that he likes to, every 100th platinum, his 101st will be My Name is Mayo, then the 201st will be My Name is Mayo 2, and then he told me the third one will be his 301st platinum. So that was a really unique kind of fun story as to why he played the My Name is Mayo games. You have 4 of them, so Trophy of Regret could go to any single one of them. However, that's not going to happen because you have, if we scroll all the way to the bottom of your list, Gravity, and my god, what a great list you have, but why on earth do you have Zippy the Circle level 1 and 2? It's so rare for your list. Whilst I was going through it, I didn't see any shovelware apart from, the premium My Name is Mayo, which I've grown really lenient towards. I kind of like seeing it now. But Zippy the Circle is an unforgivable sin, absolutely. So I'd love to know what made you go for this game. How was the platinum itself? Was it the best 12 minutes 43 seconds of your trophy hunting career? I have so many questions about it, but yeah, the Trophy of Regret definitely goes to Zippy the Circle level 1 and 2. Don't play the others. A nice harmless award next, the never-ending journey I like to give to the most recent milestone from looking at PSN profiles. Now, when I reviewed your list the other day, you had 179 platinums. You now have 180, so congratulations on that new platinum. I believe it was another stack of San Andreas, so adding to your mighty Grand Theft Auto collection. But that makes your milestone 175, which for you was Ratchet & Clank Size Matters. That was your 175th platinum, which you did in a couple of days and you got back in February. Nice PSP game. I think I want to play this, but I want to start with the other Ratchet & Clanks first, the newest one, for example, Rift in Time. But I expect I'll get round to this one sometime. So yeah, 175th platinum is for Ratchet & Clank Size Matters. That's what Never Ending Journey goes to. Soul is next, which is an award I give for my favourite platinum from your list. Quite often that's tethered by games that I have platinumed myself because that's what I've got the most experience with when I'm looking at your games. So it's quite a personal take on your list from me, and I like loads of games on your list, to be honest. What a fantastic variety of games you have, as well as being hyper focused on racing games. It's definitely a genre focused platinum list. So for me personally, it makes it quite hard to find a game that I really, really love. But there's certainly a couple here, and I lean more towards your shooting games. So we're talking Call of Duty Modern Warfare and the Battlefields I have a lot of love for. The Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1 especially, very close to my heart. But I've leaned towards another shooter on your list, which I've played for hundreds and hundreds of hours. It's probably my second or third most played game across all PlayStation, and that goes to Rainbow Six Siege, wherever the hell that lives here. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, which you also have both stacks in. It has an auto pop for the double stack, but the initial platinum is a really long, tough one. 150 hours. You need to be good at this game. I believe there's a rank trophy to get to gold rank. I can't really remember. I have a lot of good memories of this game with my friends. We literally played as a 5-stack throughout, and we played so much. We got quite high rank, and that's probably what helped with the trophies. But I remember we stopped playing because as console players, we started facing mouse and keyboard users, and there's just no competition. And this was before it was all official that they could play together. Nowadays, you can play together through lists. They might keep it separate and ranked, but back then, it was considered cheating if you were using mouse and keyboard on a console game. So it kind of we went off it once we got to a certain rank because of that. But yeah, really, really close to my heart, and it definitely gets the heart and soul from me. That leaves the final award, the crown jewel, what I consider to be your best platinum. Not always at the bottom of the list for the 10 out of 10 difficulty. I like to consider a couple of different things, and I like to take my time and research a few of the contenders, if that makes sense. So we start near the top of the page here. We're starting in the high sixes and then into the sevens. Some killer platinums here. Gravity, you've got Gran Turismo, split second, and you're seeing GTA 4. Gran Turismo Sport is a beast of a platinum. Look at that, 9 out of 10, 250 hours, and unobtainable. Very impressive. And then we're seeing Trackmania Turbo, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which is probably the shortest 10 out of 10 platinum I've ever seen. And I still want to look into this a bit more. And I did slightly. Apparently you can get all the trophies offline now, but there's some very tricky offline against bot trophies you need to get that are difficult. So I want to look into that a bit more. That's a platinum I would quite like myself. And then of course we're seeing Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, which I still appreciate, but this has been on every list I've reviewed for the last 4 or 5. So I am giving it to Trackmania Turbo. That's what gets the crown jewel for me. I've looked into this platinum. It is difficult as hell. It's a very simple racing game. There's only 2 or 3 buttons you control to actually race your game. Think Rocket League almost. But it's easy to pick up, but hard to master. And there's speed trophies and ghost attacks, medals. There's all sorts of that good hard stuff that makes, you know, a 9 out of 10 platinum really stick out as a 9 out of 10. I want to go for this platinum. That's how much I've looked into it. It seems like a really good, fun game. It is Ubisoft, unfortunately, but I think their heart's in the right place with this. And I guess I'd like to know how this platinum was for you, and if I started it today, how would it be for me? That's what I'm really interested in, to be honest. So yeah, for one of the first times, I really want to sit down and tackle someone else's hardest platinum, which is a great idea for a video, if you ask me. So yeah, I hope you're happy with that. That's your crown jewel from me. I would love to hear what you think your hardest platinum was from your own experience, of course. This is just me reading a very static list and bouncing off from what I see. I would always appreciate you leaving a nice long comment and letting me know about the awards. But yeah, crown jewel, Trackmania Turbo. Which leaves us finally with the final score I want to give your trophy list, Gravity Rush Raven. And I just want to say what a brilliant list. It was a lot of fun to look through. Yeah, you've got My Name is Mayo. There's a couple of other 1 out of 10s, and I'm sorting by difficulty here, so you're seeing the easiest first. But as soon as we start getting down, you know, the mid 3 out of 10s, 4, 5s, the game caliber just keeps going up and up and up. And what a brilliant, focused, genre-specific list. I've never reviewed a list or looked at a friend's list or anyone else's where it's been so driven, no pun intended, by a specific genre. In your case, it's racing games. So just hats off to you, mate, for having so many racing games, but at the same time, having a good variety of shooters, arcade games. I can really feel the passion for the games you enjoy. And even your easier platinums, like, I guess the WRCs, the Rally Crosses, the 2 out of 10s, the other racing games, Jet Motor, you know, these kind of shorter games, they're all racing. They're all your love for this genre. So that really, really comes out when I'm looking at your list. And when I always give the list a little skim before I review them. And most of what you see is, you know, live and my initial reaction. But I knew your list was a racing game list, right? And I thought, well, how am I gonna, you know, I don't play racing games myself. I play I play Crash Team Racing. I played a bit of Gran Turismo growing up. I've got experience with games from the PS2. Midnight Club, things like that, Motorstorm. So part of me is wondering where those games are from your list and why you don't like those racing games. But at the same time, I'm seeing just so many games that I've never heard of and I get to talk about and think about. And that's what I really like about these trophy list reviews, is seeing games I'm not very familiar with. Even if it's me saying, I don't know this game, I'll move on, I always look into it a bit, or at least I'm reminded about the games. And your list has brought back a lot of nostalgia for me, looking at these older PS3 games and all the older Need for Speeds with the Gran Turismo. It's just been a really fun list to look at, so I just wanted to explain that a bit more. So as for your actual rating, I'm leaning towards like 8 out of 10. Obviously it's a fantastic list with such a wonderful focus on racing, But because of your literal passion for your favourite genre, which I love, I'm going to whack it up to 8.5. The first decimal award score, I would say. So yeah, 8.5 out of 10 for sure. And you've got some worthy platinums here. It's certainly a worthy trophy list with a really good trophy list completion as well. We're seeing 76% now after your Grand Theft Auto San Andreas added that to the 180, making for a cool rounded off 180 platinums. So I think 8.5 is fair for a really focused, passion, genre specific platinum list with some great other variety games in there and difficult ones as well. Very difficult with a high ratio completion and a very decent amount of platinums. So all I can say is keep it up. I really enjoyed your list and I hope you enjoyed it as well and you liked your score. So for anyone else who wants their trophy list reviewed in this style, all you have to do is leave your PSN in the comments and subscribe. That's the only requirement and all I ask of you very humbly. Sometimes YouTube can be a bit of a bugger with the leaving your name in the comments. Just add a space in the middle. Feel free to message me on PSN, anything you like, and I'll get you added to the list. I obviously have a lot to get through, but I'm enjoying them. I really enjoy these lists, and I'm trying to get through them a bit quicker without compromising the quality, and I just love sitting down and looking at people's games. So thank you for your patience, anyone who's waiting. I am going to get you eventually, but just enjoy the others in the meantime and see it as an opportunity to earn more platinums until I get to your PSN. So with that said, thank you for watching another long trophy list review. Really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you Gravity Rush Raven for putting his name forward, being patient, and hopefully for enjoying the review like all of you. So until next time, I'll catch you on the next trophy list review, and take care until then. Goodbye for now.